European outlook today. Can you believe this is the first European outlook video that I've been able to do since Monday the 1st of October. Various things have conspired over the last few weeks to prevent me from being able to do the European outlook video, but anyway, we've got the video here this week, and just in time because we've got some very interesting weather across Europe coming up this week. A complete change in the weather is on the way this week from near summer type conditions, some parts of the continent today, through to winter, proper winter weather by the weekend. So a real change, real dramatic change in the weather on the way in the coming week across Europe. Anyway, before I get on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my weather videos at gavsweathervids.com. Please play those video ads. You'll be supporting gavsweathervids.com if you do that. Also want to mention the website I'm using for this video. It's weathercentral.de, a wonderful German site. You can find that on my links page. And also want to mention my voice. I'm suffering from a cold at the moment, so sorry for that. Sorry if it's hard to hear what I'm saying. Just bear with me and we'll get through the video together. So this is the current chart for today across Europe. We've got this area of high pressure dominating here across much of the continent. High pressure really is very much in control. This is a warm area of high pressure as well, bringing a lot of warm air through the continent today. If we have a look at the upper air temperatures, we can see the extent of that warm air here across many parts of the continent. Temperatures well above average. There's also a lot of clouds stuck under that high pressure. That's particularly evident for many parts of Britain and down into France as well. Cool air is up to the north. It's up across northern Scandinavia there and through into parts of west of Russia. That's where it's a little bit cooler, but much of the continent on the warm side today. For precipitation, well, actually it's quite a dry scene across much of the continent, hardly surprising because we're under that big area of high pressure. So this is the extent of the dry weather through the continent today. Some quite heavy showers here through the central base of the Mediterranean, some parts of France. We've also got some quite heavy showers over towards Greece and Turkey as well, maybe some thunderstorms mixed in over there, and some rain coming in towards Portugal as well. But the bulk of the continent actually having a lot of dry weather through today, but it is also quite cloudy. If you have a look at the cloud, we can see the extent of the cloud today, particularly in the west. These mottled areas here, the white areas indicate where it's cloudy. So much of Britain Island cloudy. Cloud extends down in towards much of France as well, and through into parts of western Spain and Portugal as well. Also got the cloud through the central base of the Mediterranean, so associated with those heavy showers, and over in the east. But for these central and eastern parts of the continent, actually some quite sunny weather coming through, and as a result it's going to be quite warm. So temperatures in these central areas could well get up to the low 20s, maybe 22, 23 degrees in excuse me, 23 degrees in some places. 23 is 73 Fahrenheit. Always cooler up in the north, so Scotland, Denmark, Scandinavia will be cooler, but really quite warm and pleasant indeed in these central areas. Now, by the time we get through to the middle of the week, the weather really is changing, and the change is being brought about by this high pressure retrogressing out towards Iceland and Greenland, pushing up towards Greenland, and then we start to bring down this very cold northerly wind in towards Scandinavia, and that cold air beginning to dig down in towards the British Isles as well. So if we have a look at the upper air temperatures, we can see a dramatic change is now starting to take place through northern parts of Scotland, down in towards Denmark, much of Scandinavia turning very cold. This northerly wind really is digging in, and that's going to be bringing snow into many parts of Scandinavia. The warm air is still holding on here through the central and southern parts of the continent on Thursday, so the warm air still goes on in the central southern areas, but for the north it really is turning much colder as that high pressure pulls out to the northwest and the trough digs in over Scandinavia. So much of the precipitation here up over Scandinavia will be snow. We'll have an area of heavy rain moving south probably turning to snow on the back edge, and then behind that we get those really heavy snow showers beginning to dig in through much of Norway, Sweden and Finland. Some really cold air starting to pile in, and that cold air beginning to push down in towards Scotland as well. This down here over Spain and Portugal is heavy rain, some thunder, and associated with that of a risk of some flooding. These central areas still under the warm upper ridge, so it's still just about is staying dry and quite mild. The temperatures, well, it's a real north-south split, you can't see this, but the cold air is digging in here up to the north. The cooler temperatures beginning to get down in towards Germany and parts of Poland as well, also coming down in towards Scotland and Northern England. But for these southern and central areas, we hold on to that warm air. Now finally, as we go through in towards next weekend, well, it really is very cold now across many parts of the continent. We've got the trough set up over Scandinavia, deep area of low pressure bringing lots of snow showers up there. We've also got this area of low pressure kicking off through the Mediterranean. That's because the cold air is running over the warm bringing about that low pressure, and that will be bringing quite a lot of snow, I think, through many of those mountainous alpine regions, and maybe some snow in some of these central and eastern parts of the continent as well. So have a look at the upper air temperatures. Well, look how cold it's turned now across many parts of the continent. It really is very cold here. I can't emphasise this enough. This is a really potent cold blast coming along from much of the continent for so early in the season. So it's very cold now through all of these central, eastern and northern parts of the continent. The cold air is dug into the British Isles as well. It still is quite warm through the Mediterranean, but we've got the low pressure being fueled by that warm air meeting the cold air. So for precipitation, we've got the snow showers up here, up over Scandinavia. Snow showers probably coming down in towards Denmark as well. Wintry showers probable through these parts of the Low Countries. Then we get this drier slot, and then we've got all of this really heavy rain and thunderstorms through the Mediterranean. Very unsettled by next weekend through the Med. Torrential rain, thunderstorms will be turning to snow, will be cold enough for snow over many of these alpine regions through France, Switzerland, Italy, through then in towards Poland as well, those Austria as well, those areas over the mountains seeing lots of very heavy snow. There could be snow coming down to lower levels through some of these eastern countries as well, because if we have a look at the dew points, but dew points are always a pretty good reflection of where it might be snowing, and we've got cold dew points here for many central parts of the continent, probably cold enough for snow in a number of places. So despite the fact it's still October, I think we really could be seeing quite a bit of snow through some of these central and eastern countries of Europe this weekend. And for finally the temperatures, well, it's very cold. Look at these temperatures here, very, very cold temperatures throughout most of the throughout most of the continent. We're down into single figures, just 4s, 5s for many areas, even into the British Isles and Ireland as well. 4s and 5s, very cold up towards Scandinavia. Still quite warm through the Mediterranean, but the price to pay for that is with the torrential rain and the thunderstorms kicking off through many Mediterranean countries this weekend. So a really abrupt change is on the way this week for Europe. We start off quite warm, fairly dry as well, but we end the week on a very wintry note across many parts of the continent. It will be cold, it'll be windy, there'll be snow, particularly for northern parts of the continent, but maybe some snow, mountainous parts of the continent, but maybe some snow coming into some central and eastern countries at times, not necessarily over the highest ground either. So a taste of winter for many parts of Europe by the end of the week. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.